Greetings programs. This is a quick overview and mini tutorial for the SK Armoury Tron Replica Identity Disc, metal with retractable blade. This is what it comes with in the box. You'll come with the Identity Disc, which is full aluminum metal. Comes with a 3D printed glossy stand. It also comes with a metal magnetic wall mount with his website on it. You can place that in the stand. If you want to display it on the table or using the screw holes, you should be able to mount it to the wall. The way it mounts is with magnets, pretty cool. Attaches on there. As you can see, it's in there pretty well. Take that off here, set that back down. Set those off to the side. Now the disc does not come with a battery. What you're going to want is you're going to want a 18650 lithium ion battery. I happen to use one from a lightsaber I have. So you can see here, 18650, 300 milliamp, 3.7 volt Saber Studio. Came with one of my lightsabers. It is a flatter top. I did find that a full button top had a hard time fitting, as I had another battery that had a button top on it instead. I found the flat top seemed to fit a little better, though depending on the battery, maybe the ones I had too tall of a button. To access the battery compartment, you're going to take off the lid, which is magnet it on. Only one side comes off. You're going to see the battery compartment over here. He has it labeled on the inside of the PCB, hard to see. You're going to see a plus and a minus, or actually it's minus then plus. Take your battery, line up your plus and minus. When you put it in, it should turn on the disc if you make full contact here. There we go. I do find that sometimes it doesn't complete its startup sequence fully, but the disc does work. Take your magnet. Actually, before I put that back on, to show you, there is a button on the inside right here, and then there is a USB-C charging port on the inside here, though I have not tried to charge it, and I'm not sure if it has any other functionality. There are also two PCB buttons, right here and here, that two of these buttons will push in. As of this point, since I haven't gotten instructions from the manufacturer, I have no idea if they function or what they're supposed to do right now. They appear to do nothing for me. Let's go ahead and put the disc back on. Get that lined up. It's a little tricky. There we go. As you can see, when the disc is on, the inner ring will be on, and you have your smooth sling going. If you take the disc, grab it.
Select mode.
Sorry about that. Go ahead and go to the modes here. Sometimes the button is a little finicky when you put it back on if you don't have it sitting right. So you double tap the button.
Select mode.
Select modes, and then you just flip the disc.
Clock. Standard colors. Graphic equalizer mode. Clock. Standard colors.
If you go to standard colors, press the button once.
Sam Flynn.
It'll extract the disc, and you'll see the color. Flip it.
Rinsler.
Flip it again.
Axis. Glue. Kevin Flynn. Red. Green. Blue.
Then to select that, press the button once.
Set.
And now it's set. Now if you take the disc and give it a shake. I'll do this again. Sorry, sometimes it does look like the blades get hung up depending on how you're holding it. I'm going to hold it more like this. There we go. The way I was holding it before, I accidentally was pressing on the side here, which flipped up the metal. So giving it a grip like this, like you're going to toss it, is a little better. Got flash on clash. If you press the button and hold it, you get a lock-up effect. Release. If you press the button once, you'll get music. if it's on a sound font that has music, it appears. So I'm going to go ahead and
select mode, clock, standard color, graphic equalizer mode, clock, standard colors.
I'm going to select a different color here.
Sam Flynn.
I'm going to select Slam Fan. Press the button once to turn off the music. Press the button once again, turn back on music. Grab the disc, give it a flick. Double tap. It's a little tricky to get used to. And see, for whatever reason, it got stuck on there. There we go. Double click again. Now there is, I'm going to try to do this on the video, though I have no idea if it will actually work, is a mobile app built into the disc. However, for me, it's been very flaky, and some of the settings don't seem to work. What you're going to do is you're going to take out something like a tablet. You're going to turn on your Wi-Fi, and you're going to see identity disk something or another. Click on it. Your device should connect. After a few seconds, if this works right, I will get a pop-up that says sign in to the disk. That's part of my problem. This doesn't always seem to work on there. Let's see, give it a few more seconds. Okay, see the sign in button? Press sign in. It's going to take you to the sign in page, which should load the web configuration page of the disk. As of now, the web configuration page is the only way that I know, besides pulling the battery, to turn off the disk or put it to deep sleep. I've tried every button combination I can think of, and so far that hasn't made a difference. As you can see, the mobile app does not seem to be loading. I'll go ahead and leave that over there. We'll see if that loads here in a second or not. All in all, for the most part, I appear to be happy with it. Okay, let's try this. Let's open it in the browser. It's trying to open it in a web browser for me. Doesn't always want to work. Which is very, very unfortunate. Tried it with my cell phone, and it seems to sometimes work, but also seems to drop me very quickly. The Wi-Fi is not that great. Sometimes it does seem to work better, though, if you have the metal off. I'm not sure if the ring is getting in the way of the Wi-Fi signal on there. Let's try it again. Like I said, that's how finicky this is. I'll take this moment while we try to do this to talk about the seller himself. If you buy a disc from him, at least from my experience, be very careful. While the product appears to be good, I've only had it for a few hours, so there may be some issues I run into further that'll change my opinion. Even though the product is good and he does good work, his communication skills are very lacking. He will constantly give updates that are no much more than a further update will come in a few days, and he always misses those deadlines, and updates usually take weeks, if not more, and it seems like constant delay after delay after delay, something else going wrong, some other excuse. It's hard to gauge if these excuses are legitimate or not, but let's just say that I paid for my disc over 9 months ago, and during many courses of the time, I was actually concerned if I was actually going to get my disc. It came across and felt like a scam. However, now having it, I don't think it's a scam, other than I think he is very bad at the business side of running a business. Seems to be very good at the engineering and design side, but does not seem good at the other business end. So I say that to say, if this is something you think you want, I say be very careful and gauge your risk. If you don't think you can risk spending several hundreds of dollars on an item that could take over a year or more for you to get, and where communication with the manufacturer or seller is going to be very difficult and kind of make you pull your hair out at times, then don't do it. If you think it's worth the risk and worth the wait, then go ahead. It does seem during this last year plus process that he was trying to finalize and come up with the current design. So maybe that adds some of the delay now that he has a design. There maybe is a chance that he'll be quicker because his will be just in manufacturing and not actually in the design and iteration process. Because he does come across as a little bit of a perfectionist and keeps changing minute things or adding things that we're not necessarily asking for or don't necessarily need, but things he thinks will make the product better, and there's a chance that he is right with that. As you can see here, I've been trying to get the mobile Wi-Fi app to work, and it just constantly is not running. So, oh, well, I guess that answers that question. The disk does automatically go to sleep after a set amount of time sitting there. So in sleep mode, what I've noticed is there is a light on the inside that indicates it's powered up but asleep. I'm not sure if the light changes color based off of battery, because this is the first time I've seen it go to sleep like this. There we go. But to wake it up, all you would do is press the button once.
Grid is live.
There you go. Grab your disk. And there you go. That's the Tron Legacy Identity Disc that I think you can sign up to get purchase information from trondisc.com. Again, product is good. Seller could use some work on his business side of things. At this point, I think it's worth it. Hopefully I'll be able to get in communication with him soon to get some instructions and better information on how to work it and how to actually use the web app, because certain things like turning Bluetooth on or off for the Bluetooth speaker functionality, turning the disk off manually, setting custom colors to pretty much any inner and outer ring color that you want only appear to work with the web app, and I can't get the web app to load, and when I do, those features sometimes don't seem to work properly at all. There is also a volume setting in the web app, which I did use to turn it down. The default volume was 100%, a little louder than I like. Again, you can only change the volume from inside the web app. So I guess that's about it. Feel free to ask me any questions. I may do a future update once I've actually learned how to use this better.